Bayer Leverkusen, officially known as Bayer 04 Leverkusen Fußball GmbH, is a professional football club based in Leverkusen, Germany, founded on July 1, 1904, by employees of the German pharmaceutical giant Bayer AG. The club has its roots deeply embedded in the corporate culture of its parent company. Originally starting as a part of a broad-based sports club intended to improve the health and morale of the workforce, the football division of Bayer Leverkusen was formally established in 1907. For many decades, the team competed in the lower regional divisions, slowly building a competitive squad but remaining largely in the shadows of more prominent German clubs. It wasn't until after World War II that Bayer Leverkusen began to make significant strides in the German football hierarchy. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, the club saw a steady ascent through the regional leagues, advancing from the third tier of German football to the second Bundesliga in 1975. After a few more seasons, their efforts culminated in a promotion to the Bundesliga, Germany's premier professional football league, in 1979. This marked the beginning of Bayer Leverkusen's establishment as a regular feature in top-tier German football. Despite this progress, the club often found itself overshadowed by more successful teams, both in domestic and international arenas. The late 1980s and the 1990s brought more visibility to Bayer Leverkusen. The club achieved its first major European success by winning the UEFA Cup final in 1988, after two gripping matches, ultimately beating Espanyol on penalties. In 1993, Leverkusen won its first major domestic trophy by beating Hertha Berlin in the DFB Pokal final. Nearly a decade later, in 2000, Bayer Leverkusen needed only a draw against SpVgg Unterhaching to win the title, but an own goal by Michael Ballack contributed to the team's crushing 2-0 defeat. Meanwhile, Bayern Munich clinched the title with a 3-1 victory over Werder Bremen. Leverkusen started to challenge more consistently for top honors, although it developed a reputation for being the perennial runner-up, a trait that led rival fans and critics alike to dub it Neverkusen, or Vizekusen. The 2002 season has been dubbed the Treble Horror. The club surrendered a 5-point lead atop the league table by losing 2 of its last 3 matches, while Borussia Dortmund swept ahead with 3 consecutive victories in its final matches. Bayer was also beaten 4-2 in the DFB Pokal final by Schalke 04. However, the Champions League final loss to Real Madrid was especially heartbreaking. This string of near misses seemed to underscore the club's knack for falling just short at crucial moments. Despite these setbacks, Bayer Leverkusen has continued to be a significant force in German and European football. The club has consistently participated in the Champions League and Europa League, thanks to its strong league performances. Leverkusen is recognized for its robust youth development program, which has produced several top players who have gone on to succeed both in the Bundesliga and abroad. The connection to Bayer AG remains strong, with the company supporting the club not just financially but also in terms of infrastructure and resources. This backing has allowed Leverkusen to maintain a high standard of professionalism and competitiveness in the fiercely contested landscape of European football. The team's hard work throughout the last decades culminated in 2 previous seasons. In October 2022, with the club in the relegation zone, Leverkusen took a risk and appointed Xabi Alonso as head coach in his first senior managerial role. He not only led Bayer to 6th-place finish in the league, but also bolstered the team by effective squad building and strategic signings like Granit Xhaka, Alejandro Grimaldo, and Victor Boniface. By early 2024, they had set a new club record for the longest unbeaten start to a season, followed by breaking the Bundesliga record for the longest unbeaten run by a club in all competitions with 43 games unbeaten. On 14th of April 2024, Leverkusen were crowned Bundesliga champions for the first time ever, after beating Werder Bremen 5-0, thereby ending Bayern Munich's run of 11 successive league titles. On the day of making this video, Bayer is still unbeaten in 46 games, consistently winning or drawing in the last minutes of matches. Their fortune has changed from Neverkusen to Neverlosen, and the whole football world is excited to see how long this fairy tale will last.